Hi, I'm Laura DeMattis. Got a question for you. Do you ever wonder why America is so fat and forgetful and oh yeah, fatigued? You think maybe it's all the chemicals and the crap that they put in our foods that we consume every day? I want to talk to you today about a couple of those. One of them being MSG or monosodium glutamate, one of them being high fructose corn syrup and aspartame. Starting with MSG. Glutamate is actually a chemical that's produced by the brain that's necessary for every organ in the body, so every organ in the body absorbs it. What the problem with MSG is that it's a chemical. It is a processed glutamate, which makes it a neurotoxin, which by definition means it kills brain cells. It's also known as an excitotoxin, which means that when it is absorbed by the body, in the organs in the body, it excites the cells in those organs to a point of cellular death. It excites your taste buds so that you think non-nutritional crap cardboard food actually tastes good when it's just a chemical reaction in your body. MSG is not a preservative. It is a chemical, a synthetically addictive chemical. They use it in the laboratory to actually create obesity in rats so that they then can develop diabetic drugs. It is known to cause behavior problems. It causes migraines. It actually causes a process in the body because it is an excitotoxin, something called hyperinsulinemia, which means that when the pancreas absorbs it, the pancreas will actually produce more insulin and get overexcited, which means that you're set up for diabetes. Hyperinsulinemia is a precursor to diabetes. So MSG is a really, really nasty chemical. It causes behavior problems in children, and it is addictive. So when the food manufacturers put MSG in their foods, the only thing they're going for is you to be addicted to their foods. So when you sit down to eat 2 or 3 or 4 potato chips, you end up eating the whole bag, and then you have to go back for more the next day because your body's craving a chemical. It's bad, bad news, and I highly recommend avoiding it completely. The problem with MSG is it's hidden in a lot of foods. It's not listed on the label as MSG or monosodium glutamate. It's listed on the label as autolyzed yeast extract, hydrolyzed yeast extract, hydrolyzed vegetable protein, yeast extract. The list goes on and on. You can find that list in a little booklet called Poison in the Pantry. I know this is backwards, but work with me here. If you'll go to poisoninthepantry.com, you can get this little 33-page booklet that is full of information about these chemicals that I'm talking about today. The next thing I want to mention to you is aspartame or artificial sweeteners. Those two are neurotoxins, which means they kill brain cells, and also excitotoxins, which means they're setting you up for things like cardiac arrest, diabetes, obesity, because high fructose corn syrup is not recognized in the body as a food. Yeah, sure, it started out as corn, but by the time they get through putting all their solvents and their chemicals and their heat to it, it is not recognized as food in the body, so it's simply stored as fat. There's no nutritional value in it. It even lowers magnesium levels, as do all the other excitotoxins and neurotransmitters. Magnesium is very, very important for memory. That means anything to you if you can put those two pieces together. Also, high fructose corn syrup is a chemical that does not produce a leptin, which is a hormone in the body that regulates your appetite. So even though high fructose corn syrup is sweeter than sugar, it will actually cause the body to crave more sugar and not allow you to get those signals within your body that tells you, I've had enough sugar, enough sweet stuff. So it basically is just a chemical that makes you fat. It's not even good for you at all. There are some natural sweeteners out there that would be much better. And also, you need to start reading labels for high fructose corn syrup. You'd be very surprised as to how many products you'll find on the ingredient list that has high fructose corn syrup. Things like salsa, even breads. You'll find it in salad dressings, bacon. Of course, it's in soda pops and all the sweetened fruit drinks that you have that are not totally 100% juice. High fructose corn syrup just makes you fat, sets you up for obesity, diabetes, and all kinds of health problems later on when it accumulates in the cells. And it's a great stress on the body for the body to have to deal with all these non-food chemicals that we're putting into it. The next thing has to do, I'd like to talk about, is aspartame or artificial sweeteners. These are just deadly chemicals. It was originally developed as a ant poison, but one of the researchers accidentally stuck his finger in it and thought it was sweet and decided that humans would like it, even though it is an ant poison. It kills brain cells. It is highly addictive. The FDA has actually warned that pregnant women and young children should not consume any aspartame whatsoever. And yet it's on all food shelves. It's in thousands and thousands of products all across our nation in every store. So read the labels, and whatever you do, avoid artificial sweeteners, and that includes Splenda as well. The next thing I want to talk to you about was just for a moment is fluoride that is in our dental treatments. It is a deadly chemical. Most of the fluoride that's actually used in our dental industry for to help with cavities and the such is actually scraped off phosphate smokestacks at phosphate chemicals, because fluoride is really a bad thing for the body. It is a toxic chemical. It's a neurotoxin. It actually makes bones more brittle. It does nothing actually when ingested to ward off cavities. The only saving grace for fluoride is you get some benefit from it if it's applied topically. But read your toothpaste tubes. It says if more than a pea size is swallowed, you should call poison control. That should tell you something. Once again, you can check all these things out in a little booklet called Poison in the Pantry. Put it up against the mirror, then you'll be able to read it. PoisonInThePantry.com. I'm Laura DeMattis. Talk to you later. Time out.